believe me, no matter how things will go down, chaos will unfold eventually, but hopefully not as these players leave the plane. Let's see the desk. Joe talked a lot about where will teams drop. Will there be any teams potentially landing on top of one another? Well, we find out now as we head into game number 1.
Exactly right. 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock plane path to start things off there. You can see your teams on the left and right, all 16 of them. Nice shiny new logo for No Name Yet. I appreciate that. That's an excellent logo. So really good to see them update that here. But what we're looking for is any teams that want to be contesting vehicles with one another, for example. Any teams that may want a similar drop spot. This is a finalized lobby of 16. They're going to be playing in the same group for all 3 days. So any, how do I put it, disagreements now, Toby, could potentially amplify later.
Oh, easily. We've seen it so many times. I almost want to say we've seen it more than not. That stubborn teams just brawl it out, and it really can quite easily lose them tournaments if they get too desperate to try and like maintain control of set loot spots. But this looks pretty good and dandy. The first circle is going to go down towards the southwest. There aren't a whole lot of teams down there yet, but given the somewhat southern plane path,
sure,
most, if not all teams should have a pretty straightforward transition route down there. Teams though, first things first, find yourself a vehicle.
And here comes like Gluttony. Might be able to spot Guzjara the other side of that tree, but he stays hidden for now. Gives his position away by shooting something behind him. It wasn't actually an enemy, and that gives Guzjara the opportunity to stab him in the back.
Baited by the bike. Unfortunate aim in the meantime finds Odin as well. Ulsing now on his own. This is not looking good at all. Aimlol and Goose, they know that they have to push down this hill. They have to find this kill. They already have done damage towards Ulsing, and they're not going to wait around here. They're pushing forward, both running side by side. Smart decision to do so. Got to be able to trade that knock if you can. Ulsing wants to wrap around the other way, though, potentially go for the rest. Spots one. Does he get eyes on this second as well? No. He's down behind the ridge. And now he speeds him. One flush comes in. Aimlol, 8 bullets in the gun. Is it going to be enough? Yes, it is. Nice. Football is full in 16.
So the team's trying to rotate. You're absolutely right. So many of the qualifying teams. Basically, everyone's fighting Team Liquid to be able to get a piece of the northeast edge of the circle. A nice little bit of point grabbing there from Mixi. Manages to finish off a Salak as well. So that will be Team Liquid's first point of the afternoon. Nixie, though, that's a similar part of the circle as Entropic are going to be coming in soon. So this could end up being very messy indeed. I think trying to run him over with the bike, realizing that it would be too late to do anything else, but James manages to get that kill in the end. And now Entropic are in big trouble, and by big trouble I mean out of the game. I think other squads were fighting them as well. You can see No Name Yet, Sakura Zensen, everyone getting involved. It's 4 or 5 squads in very close proximity.
Yep, it's one big layer cake of death over here on the northeast side. Whenever you shoot downhill, there's always a team up above you ready to shoot down at you. Sakura Zensen, unfortunately, right now, let's see him with the hill control, but as I say that, there comes the layer up above. Liquid now charming in as well. Clip finds him and not only knocks him, but gets him flushed out as well.
Which is fair enough. Heroic now, maybe starting to bite off a little bit more. They're taking a look at FaZe Clan as well, who are very close to Exhalation. This is going to be rough. Northern Lights are out of the game now, by the way, but they were mainly squeezed out in the blue as opposed to outfought in a sort of base fair fight. So we'll wait and see what kind of rotations they can come up with next in the game. But for now, BBL Esports, No Name Yet actually, is a solo, looking okay in the middle.
Yep, Polish Power in the meantime, forfeiting game number 1. They didn't want to get taken down by Heroic, so they go out in blue. Aimlol alongside Tokyo Magic Gang does go out in 11th place in return, and there you go.
Oh, wow.
Exhalation, Zoom and Upa working Tantrum, taking out FaZe. They didn't have a whole lot of space to maneuver, and Exhalation makes great use of it. There were only 2 guys coming into that fight, but they managed to pick them apart. When you see all, FaZe were spread out on the west coast. They had so much room, and when you see them all kind of funneled into one little dip together, you know that's because there's so many players on that west side of the hill, and there continue to be. Nobody wants to maneuver into the compound. Rust in my hair, trying to get any sort of audible clue on towards Thing. Now the fight escalates. Now is where they need to make the push on forward. Rustenmuff goes for the save point first, get the flush onto Bestluck. In the meantime, Sail finds Correxy, and that's going to be all of Heroic down to just Sail. Impressive play. He goes down to blue right after, but manages to net his team 3 kills alongside placement points. Sail, what a performance!
So on the outside of the circle now, Team Liquid, everyone but Clip completely disengaging from Sakura Zensen and looking to come in against BBL Esports. The problem is Thenderlost manages to get the first knock, an excellent shot onto Mixi there. And that means the rest of the team, they have to back off now. They know it's a 2v4 because Clip's playing Anchor. BBL don't know that Clip's playing Anchor. They think it's a 4v4 fight, but they play it safe. Team Liquid now also have to play it safe. And this is what we mean about versatility of teams. When you commit to a fight, and then you have to make that instant decision to disconnect when you're pumped up and ready to fight, that's really hard to do in a competitive game, and Liquid seem to do that quite well.
I like how Clip was positioned down there, because not only was he holding off Sakura Zensen, but also he could, like, in case BBL tried to wrap underneath, he would have a perfect angle to take them out while they tried to backstep. So let's see now. Ends up close with Na'Vi. We haven't seen a whole lot of Na'Vi this game so far, just 2 kills coming into this one. They haven't had that much action on the southern side of the circle. Nade's now coming in as the Finns come ever so much closer.
The grenades from Ends there, though, not really finding Na'Vi. I think they believe that Na'Vi are a little bit closer to the edge than they would like, and the return volley from Alya does manage to get 1 knock onto Squeaker. There's no flush available, but this might allow Na'Vi to push up just a little bit more. Oh, Melman gets smashed as well, but that's from somewhere completely different. The third party is about to become real.
Yep, it sure is. Philo, solo player left alive from No Name yet. Trying to stay put in the circle and see if he can wrap himself up some extra free points. In the meantime, I mean, they need to utilize the fact that these teams are fighting about the hilltop to get this fight done with. And, well, fortunately for both Ends and Na'Vi, it doesn't really come to much more than that. But you can see, as soon as this fight up on the hillside comes to an end, they're all going to be visible, essentially. James now spotting BBL, making their rotation on down. No knocks so far. BBL, everyone staying alive. Around half HP smash. Last player to make the crossover. Watch out, guys. I'm coming downhill. Don't want to run over a teammate. In the meantime, the fight does go back to popping off between Na'Vi and Ents. And actually, Melman, looking the other direction, finds one from BBL. Ents now falls in 6th. 5 teams left alive here in game number 1.
And right now, it's playing out in such a way that the teams that have been proactive with getting the high ground, getting central positions in circles, they're the ones that seem to be doing well.
Yep, James clears the last snake. Nixie falls down, and so does Sakura Zensen. Melman, in the meantime, gets taken out by Ketpa. 1 HP, back to it once more. As BBL and Na'Vi try to make this fight end fast, because they know that Liquid are ever so slowly moving in, and now with the second solo moved from the equation, they are fully aware that the more we fight on the southern side, the more space Liquid is allowed to take.
Yep, Vard's job is to make sure no one runs towards him while getting as much information as possible. Smash, though, on the backside of at least one of them, and he gets Jeems out. That could be a big problem. Suddenly, the sheep herding not looking that good. Jeems now down for Team Liquid. They're going to have to go into rescue mode here. Vard should be able to spot what's going on, but I'm not sure how much he can do about it. Na'Vi also getting in on the action in the meantime. It really is a proper 3-way fight. Vard's taking out a member of Na'Vi. This is playing into the hands of BBL because they're so close to each other.
All the focus on Liquid was on Na'Vi. In the meantime, BBL snuck up close, using the valley for cover, and managed to backstep James as he tried to wrap around the side. Clip now spots one, does have the Grossler in hand, finds the knock onto Ketpa. Nate doing some damage there as well, wants to get the flush too, but not going to happen, at least not the first time around. We'll see. He knows that he has opponents up on the other side, but fortunately, Vard is there for cover. Finds the Nate as well. Vard from a distance takes out one, but Aliyah peeks out from cover. Takes down Clip. Now it's a 1v1v1 here in the first game of the day.
At Team Liquid, and a big nade play from Vard. They're bringing things back. 3 different teams, 1v1v1. Although Smash will be able to be brought back up by Code Marker. That's going to be a big development, provided he's able to heal. Not even able to do that before Alya manages to get a knock on him. So suddenly, this is looking very tricky once again. Alya has to move in as well. It's phase 9. He's not going to have this mounted for cover much longer.
He needs to make a play on Marco here. Oh, the headshot comes through. Marco finds it with the second. What does Vard do here? Does he commit to the rest instead of punishing Vard running open hill?
I love this.
Vard, he does have a bit of a rich to work with. There is one molly to play around as well, Vard. You know exactly where you have them. Issue is now you're in a 1v2. Let's see. Can he pull this one off? That flash is good. It's on point. It's on the money. Will he get this 1v2?
Code Marco's going to be the one to peek first. Now he's the player at full health, so he's got good information, and Va can't quite do it. BBL Esports, though, with 5 kills, will grab that chicken dinner. Team Liquid with a good amount of kills in that game as well. They are not going to be disappointed with that by any stretch of the imagination.
Not
I pray my dick get big as the Apple Tower, so I can fuck the world for 72 hours. Goddamn.